Check the mic and make sure it sound right, boys. It sound right, boy.
What's good, y'all? Welcome to Adobros re. This week we are doing Netflix 2021 Bad Trip, starring Eric Andre, Little Rel, and Tiffany Haddish. Those are your top 3 stars. There is another person in there, but we'll get to that after the synopsis. So take it away, Joel.
All right, so as of IMDb, this mix of scripted buddy comedy, road movie, and real hidden camera prank show follows the outrageous misadventures of 2 buds stuck in a rut who embark on a cross-country trip to NYC, New York City. The storyline sets up shocking real pranks. So basically, it's a new, different take on like Borat.
Very nice. Borat or Bruno.
Story. Yeah, Bruno.
Like the actors have a script
Ali
to
G.
go off of. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, the actors have a script to go off of, but then the audience that they're interacting with don't know that's
It's not an audience. It's other
public. The public doesn't know what's going on. Yeah, it's a lot of hidden cameras.
Yeah, they're not participants.
Yeah,
which is great. So for me, I know for a fact if you watch the end, they had to take different
spoiler.
You know what I mean? Like they had to take different takes to see if one
different
person reacted better. Yeah. Exactly, but they were consistent on the acting.
Yeah.
So now Eric Andre is a comedian. And he has his own little show.
Little Rel is too. Yeah.
Yeah, they're both comedians, and they have their show. You know, the Andre show.
Yeah.
Eric Andre show. But I didn't know that they can act. Like they're actors. Like for them to be consistent of every take they do. You know what I'm talking about? Because Jackass, they were just being themselves. The only scripted parts were the intros and outros.
So Jackass, I always thought was an extreme part of themselves. Because if you ever met like Johnny Knoxville, Steve-O was always that way. But some of these guys, well, I mean, in a different way, because I think he's sober now, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, so like all of these, all of Jackass, like if you met in person, most of them were toned down versions of what you saw in Jackass. Jackass was like them being themselves to the extreme. Like they have them having the opportunity to take their personality and then like put it in a balloon and go and blow it up, right?
Yeah,
and obviously explode it because that's Jackass. But yeah,
they started that whole a different persona, like YouTubers.
Yeah,
you know they're not always high energy like that. You know, but they just want to be entertaining.
Yeah, they were extreme because that's the premise of the show. So, but yeah. So
speaking of that, are you putting on a persona right now?
No, this is all me. No,
all right, me too.
No. If I do the burrito view, that's gonna be all me too. I don't know if I could ever. Maybe if I do like gaming videos, I could be a little bit more like not a persona, but a little bit more an exaggerated self of myself.
Yeah,
upbeat, or like I said, like a little bit exaggerated of myself.
No, you got a good energy. You got a good energy. Yeah.
But if that's why I've been hesitant to do anything kind of like gaming and streaming like that, because this is me, and I really the only games I get animated at are FIFA and Madden. So like if you watch me
do it shirtless, you know what I mean? And then go into like a hot tub or something. Yeah, I'd watch it. I'm like, oh, what?
But back to Bad Trip.
Oh yeah, okay. So Bad Trip.
Stop thinking about me in the hot tub.
All right, just get it out of there. But Bad Trip is basically Eric Andre's character. His name is Chris. Wow, coincidence. I
always enjoy when someone's name is Chris in a movie. Like I appreciate it.
They're all crazy.
Yeah.
And he is basically like just a loser. Basically, he's a loser.
He is.
Yeah, he's a loser. And he sees his high school sweetheart, which is Maria Lee.
Yeah.
And she's a art gallery director. What was she?
Curator.
I'm sorry. Yeah. You know, so she curated a art gallery in NYC, New York City. He's in Florida.
Yeah, so the story starts off in Florida, and Chris is a loser.
Yeah.
And
his homeboy's a loser.
His homeboy's a loser.
Yeah,
who's scared of his sister. Yeah,
which is
Bud.
a gangster.
Yeah, and his sister, Bud's sister, is Tiffany Haddish, who's a gangster who just got out of prison. Um, and so they're both losers at their own, both on dead end jobs. And then Chris sees his high school sweetheart while he's on the job, and they meet. And then she's in Florida, but going back to New York City where she lives. And so this buddy comedy starts there about them taking this trip to go find his one true love. And
or
it's
win
kind
her
of
over. It's not fine.
winner.
It's
Okay,
win her
okay.
over.
Not,
Yeah.
Well, I mean, fine, because they only have her business card, but it's kind of the 2021 version. It's like taking Dumb and Dumber,
Yep.
and taking Borat, mashing it together and making it in 2021.
Exactly.
There you go.
That's exactly what it was.
There you go.
Oh, sorry.
And so, so first off, I always like Eric Andre. I think he's a great comedian. Anything I've ever seen him in, it's been funny. It's not always, to me, it's not always been consistently funny, but it's always been funny. And so I was excited to see this movie. I've seen Little Rel and other things, and I thought it was I thought he was funny in that, in those things. And so, and then obviously Tiffany Haddish is a big name now. She did Girls Trip, and she has a new movie. Yeah, Night School, and she has a new movie coming out with he was in City Slickers, Billy Crystal. And it's a emotional comedy. And I actually can't wait for it. It looks good. It's kind of like the Kevin Hart thing, like when he did the Bryan Cranston movie.
Yeah,
like,
that one was
something.
Where's the caregiver?
Yeah, something along the lines of who he is, but like throw it in a dramatic setting. And I think that worked. I think that, and so everyone's like, oh, he's just being Kevin Hart. But I think that worked wonders, because now he's doing a movie called Fatherhood on Netflix. And the preview for that came out. Shout out Kevin Hart. The preview for that came out, and man, I was like,
right,
whoo, like that's a 2-minute preview, Kevin. You got me. I'm gonna watch, right? And so so I honestly think that movie coming out for Tiffany Haddish will kind of help her career, because from the previous movie she's been in, you get kind of typecasted into like this outrageous comedian only doing comedy movies, when I've seen her in other things and just interviews, and I think she could probably do different movies. So the thing is, like, Tiffany Haddish goes back to, in the story Tiffany Haddish goes back to prison, and her brother Bud and Chris decide to take her car to go find Maria in New York.
Chris talked Bud into
using
the sister's car.
Chris talked Bud into stealing the sister's car to drive to New York to find Maria. But then I want to say Tiffany Haddish, but her character's name is
Trina.
So Trina breaks out of prison and then finds out that they took her car. So she hunts them down on the way to New York, right? And so the greatest part about this movie, like the story is pretty funny on its own, right? But the greatest part about this movie is the people who don't know it's a movie.
Yeah.
Right. Just like any hidden camera show, the best part is seeing their reactions. Like when she dropped out of the van and homeboy was cleaning the wall.
Yeah. You have to get the fuck out of here.
He's like, you need to run. You need to run.
Like someone's watching him, right?
Don't touch me. Don't touch me. Like there's nobody anywhere.
And he's a snitch to everyone because he's like, you go that way.
And then the cop comes and so I ain't seen nothing. And
you go that way.
Somebody had just escaped. Say, go that way. Go that way.
If he's trying to be like a street dude, no one's gonna believe this fool.
Lost all credit.
He's straight bitched up. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But I mean,
that way.
He's cleaning graffiti off the wall already. So
he's probably on probation or something.
Probation or community service, which means he, not from the street.
He can get hemmed up. Yeah, he can. No, because he can get hemmed up with the quickness if you violate any, probationary thing. So maybe.
No, but I mean, if he's just doing community service, just to.
No, you don't do it by yourself.
I don't know. I'm not from Florida. I don't know how things.
Though that for one, that vest looked like legit.
Chain gang. Yeah,
it looked legit. Yeah. Community service, you get like the donation shit. That looked legit. Like, you know what I mean?
Okay, so on the topic of bad trip, so that was one of my favorite scenes. It was in the trailer, so I'm not really spoiling too much. Give me one of your top 3 scenes.
Okay, so just
One of them, anyone, and then it doesn't even have to be in order. Just give me one of your top 3 scenes.
I would say when Tiffany Haddish already robbed the homeboy, the brother Bud, right? He's like, "Hey, give me 20 bucks."
At the beginning,
Yeah, give me 50. It's like, "Oh no, I got 20." And then she's picking his pockets. He got $3, and then opened up the cash register. And then on her way out, she was giving them the ladies that were not, they're customers of his little iPhone fix place. And then she goes like, "Hey, don't tell anybody. I remember faces, right?" And then she said, y'all, anyone say anything, I'm gonna kill you white bitches." that part, yeah, that to me, they straight up bitched up because one of the old ladies was like trying to say like, don't give them, don't give her no money.
Like, don't do that.
But she don't say shit when Tiffany Haddish is like legit putting money. You know what I mean?
Yeah, giving her money. Yeah.
And it's like, I remember faces. Don't be saying, I remember faces.
Don't none of y'all snitch. I remember faces.
Yeah. If she ad-libbed that, bro, she is good. I
want to say most of this movie was probably ad-libbed. I don't know 100% for fact, but doing the hidden camera show, I want to assume most of it is all ad-lib because you have to react on the fly to how like how the audience is doing or how the people who aren't in the movie are actually reacting, right? And so I'll give you another one of my favorite ones was the chicken wing place.
Okay.
Near the end.
Yeah.
Where so there's a chicken wing place. Tiffany Haddish shows up and she has
they're
like
all yelling, right?
Yeah, she's like, "Have you seen these fools? Have you seen my car?" And like all these people are like, "No, we ain't seen them." And she's like, "They stole my car. Like I'm gonna kill these fools." And she leaves.
Then they come in,
and then Chris and Bud show up with the car, and they're just like, "Oh, maybe we should get some chicken wings," and like, "Oh, we got to make it to New York by tomorrow." And then so everybody in the restaurant just seen Tiffany Haddish in the poster, and they're like, "Yo, that's them," and they're like, "Y'all need to leave. She gonna kill y'all." And they're just
old
like,
lady, right? That old lady was like,
the old lady was snitching.
Yeah.
She gonna kill y'all, and
they just left. They just left. Go get them.
Yeah,
and
then
left.
So they leave, and Tiffany Haddish comes back, and then Tiffany Haddish like, "Hey, y'all seen them?" And then I know one of y'all know, and then the old lady's like, "They just left. Go get them." And then they show back up, and then she's like, "Ooh, she gonna kill y'all. She gonna kill y'all." She's like, "Do them up. They stole your car." I was like, "Damn, lady, like you really about this?" And so that was like I was dying laughing. And I'll say my top one. I'll say my top one for last. So what's another one of yours, man?
I think I'm probably picking your last one.
Oh, go.
Is when they had the Chinese finger trap.
Oh no. That was a good one. That's not my top one.
That of to think of anything, you know what I mean? Like, and then going to a restaurant, and then like, what do you do if someone or two people come up at you with their dick stuck in Chinese finger trap?
The golf.
Right. You want to hit them, dude. You want to hit them with a.
It's like push them together. That ain't working. Get away from me.
That's how you get out of it, though.
Yeah. He was like, "Get away from me!" Like he was trying to help him.
Right. But they're getting too close. That's what I'm trying to say. Is like they were hella frantic. So if I was eating the restaurant part, like I could kind of see myself if I'm eating, right, and that's like a sacred time, eating, pooping. You know, that's your me time.
Yeah.
I'll help, but just stay still. These fools were like all over. Imagine if you just accidentally touch their dicks with your hand, your elbow. You're sitting down, so it's right by your shoulder or your mouth. You know what I mean? Like, I would be pissed off too. You know what I mean? They're bumping into things with their dicks.
They were, and they were getting really close. They were getting really close to people. Yeah. All right. Was that your top? Movie. Was that your top one?
There's so many. I would say that would be my top.
Okay, so my top one is spoiler alert. For anyone who hasn't seen it, go watch it now. Stop now. Well, I guess finish this and then go back and watch it. Yeah. But it's funnier when you watch it. Like we can't do it justice on how funny these parts are just by talking about it. But spoiler alert, the end of the movie, the white chick scenario, I was dying, bro. I was dying because first off, they talk about white chicks, and they talk in the movie, they talk about white chicks, and they talk about how like you can't do that. Like and if you watch the white chicks video back in the day, like, or the white chicks movie back in the day, it didn't look real. Like they didn't look like white chicks. But when they came out, they look legit. They
like
looked
ugly white chick.
they didn't look like people in masks. They looked like that was them. I was legit confused. I was like, what? How come they didn't do this good of makeup in the movie? Like, this is amazing, bro.
Remember when Little Rel and Eric Andre were talking in the car in the very beginning, right? And they were talking about the movie White Chick.
Yeah.
And then Little Rel was like, yeah, man, it's like the white chicks with black asses. And I was like, you were checking out the Wayans brothers? Like, he was like, for one, they pulled out a porno movie. It wasn't.
It wasn't the legit white chicks.
Yeah. So in my head, like, are they talking about that movie, the one they pulled out of the freaking glove compartment? Because he's all like, oh, white chicks. Yeah, that's my favorite movie. They're like white girls with black asses, right? I was like, okay, are you talking about that movie, or when you were checking out freaking the Wayans brothers?
They were definitely talking about the Wayans brothers. They weren't talking about the porno.
No, because he was like hella excited, like yeah. He was checking them out.
He was like, oh, that's my favorite movie.
Well, now, would you back then? I know this pre-marriage and all this and that. Would you have gone to that great lengths to get with a girl?
Florida to New York? No.
Where then? Florida to what?
No, like, so from San Diego to LA, that's about as far as I'll go.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But I don't know, man. I'm different. So story time. So back in high school, I think I said this before, but maybe I didn't publish it. But back in high school, I knew whoever I dated wasn't gonna be my wife. So like, yeah. I remember time out. I remember girls like back in high school, they always trying to find their soulmates, and we gonna be together through prom, we gonna go college together, like that stuff. That didn't appeal to me. Like, if I date you, we're just dating. Like, that was always my. I don't say that was always my thing, but that's how I approached every relationship. Like, I'm not gonna get caught up.
Did you tell them?
No.
It's just your mindset.
Yeah, just my mindset was like, this is gonna last like 2 weeks or 3 weeks or the most a month or whatever. And it always did, and it was always my fault that we broke up or whatever. But I want to say, even into like before I met my wife, I was always the same way. Like, I don't think I ever pushed that hard to. I always approach relationships like they're whatever, right?
What was the longest relationship before?
Short, man. Short.
Which is
a couple months, maybe.
What's the longest? Like less than a year. So basically,
yeah, less than a year. Always less than a year.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, always less than a year.
Okay.
And so that's how I approach all relationships. And then I met my wife, and I told her when we started dating, like, she made me feel different, like, about our relationship. Like, so no, I would never drive from like Florida to New York or go on this wild, crazy road trip for another girl, unless it was my wife, But
what if you weren't married to her yet, but you just said she makes you feel different? Would you have done it for her?
For my wife, yeah. So like I met my wife while I was enlisting in the Navy, and then I went to boot camp.
What, did you work at MEPS?
No.
Did you work? Was you a recruiter?
Not during the process.
Okay, well, I'm just
while I was signing papers and getting ready to go into boot camp, I went to a
process,
party.
Not while you're doing it.
Yeah, like, during the process, I met my wife at a party, and I told her, I was like, I'm going in the Navy, so I'll be gone in a couple months. And then I went to boot camp, and then I went to A school, all in Chicago, or not Chicago, but Illinois.
You write to her though?
Then I wrote to her. While I was in boot camp. I paid for her trip to come see me graduate from boot camp. And then I paid for her to come out and see me once while I was there for A school.
Okay, hold up. So who else came to Great Lakes?
My dad and my brother.
Okay, so when they met her,
they knew her. They knew her. They knew her from before.
How?
Well, first off, my wife was my next door neighbor growing up. So she
In
lived,
San Ysidro?
yeah, she lived next door to me growing
Wait,
up.
okay. That is
And I was a senior when she was a freshman. So
oh, you're one of those.
I mean, we knew of each other, but we never like hung out or whatever.
What?
So
You couldn't snag a senior?
no, I was a senior.
Wait, hold up. So I know you worked for a year somewhere, right? And then you joined the military when I would just say like 2 years outside high school, right? Or a year out?
So I worked I went to tech school, and then I worked for DirecTV DSL here in San Diego.
Okay.
And then DirecTV DSL ceased to exist. And so
Okay.
at 19, I experienced my first layoffs.
At 19, okay.
And then I moved to LA for another job, and I worked there for a couple of years.
A couple years. Okay.
Yeah. And then that job paid very well, but I was young and dumb and didn't know anything about what credit was or what finances were, to the point where there was a long period of time where I lived in my car. And so I decided I need to change my life and change the way I do things. And so I moved back down to San Diego to enlist in the Navy. Just because, and by the way, shout out Air Force. I tried to get in the Air Force, but when they pulled up my medical record and found out I used to have asthma as a kid, they said, you're disqualified. And then I went to the Navy recruiter, and they said, well, we just won't say that. So
that's what I'm talking about.
So then that's how I joined the Navy. Anyways, so
what I was getting at was Rose still in high school?
No. So
I was about to say, I was like,
hold on. And so she was in community college when I met her.
That's what we're sticking with. Okay. But
no, that's 100% true. And
right,
I think she was already 18. It was her party. I think she already turned 18.
But peep this, did you see her throughout your life living next door to her?
Yeah, I saw her all the time. Like we saw her on a daily basis. Yeah.
You guys went to the same schools?
No, well, I mean, like elementary, she went to a different school, but yeah. We went to the same high school.
So you would just see her, say hi.
Like if we were balling in the driveway, or we went.
You just say hi.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
So family parties. So the 3 houses in a row, all Filipino. So we were all technically family. So like we'd go over and have the birthday party. They invite us over to have pancit and lumpia and all that stuff. So
when's the first time you met her? How old?
We were, I don't know, junior high. Yeah.
Okay, I was thinking like elementary.
No.
So they moved there after. They moved there.
Yeah. I mean, we weren't like, she wasn't like born in that house, but
that'd have been dope.
Yeah.
That'd have been a cool.
But yeah, she was in elementary. I was in junior high, probably when she moved in, and then we both graduated from the same high school. Obviously different years, and like I said, years down the line, I met her again at her birthday party, and then I did the cool thing, and I AOL instant messaged her and like, hey, you want to go with me to go see the Lizzie McGuire movie? And yeah, that's how it all started. And like I said, boot camp and all that stuff. Anyway,
that's what I was wondering. Like, I know obviously, right? That he wanted to make an impression. I don't know what Chris's real intention was, or he wasn't really thinking it over. Like, he basically used her semi polite way of saying no thank you, or just trying to be polite, where she said, oh, if you're ever in New York City, because in her mind, like, oh, this fool ain't ever gonna go to New York City, because he asked her
because he's detailing a car.
Oh no, not that. Remember, it was in a juice place. Remember? So
that's right.
Yeah, he asked her like, oh, are you doing anything after this? You want to go catch a bite? And she's like, no, I'm actually going to the airport. But if like, just to be polite, because as a curator, you have to have people skills. So she has to like have those default apologetic ways to cut people off. So for her, it's like, yeah, I really do, and showed the card and said, hey, if you're ever in New York City, come look me up, right? In her mind, like, no, I just shut this fool down. I'm not interested in him. Like, I don't even want him visiting me. But what's the chance of this fool from Florida
making up to New York? Yeah,
right. But then in my head, he used that as like his plan, because he could, like you said, he could have hit her up on Facebook. He could have just talk to her, be like, hey, this and that. Obviously, it's part of the story, but I try to like look at these movies and like see if there could have been like alternative ways of going about what he was trying to accomplish. It would still be kind of funny if he like try to hit her up some other way, you know, but that's how much of a loser Chris, the character, was that. For one, he didn't have a ride, right? He didn't have a ride, you know, he didn't have a ride. He didn't live in a pad.
Which is another funny scene where he wakes up in the bathtub and scares the crap out of the plumber.
But he can afford a house.
Oh, rental.
With all sorts of goodies in there. But he
you
ain't got no car.
You didn't really see. So what I assumed was he was renting with somebody else. Like he was renting with roommates.
Then why didn't he ask his roommates? I get it.
Because they all think he's a loser.
Right. I'm just picking
who works at the smoothie place.
Right. And they're gotta be in their 30s in this movie.
Yeah, definitely.
Right? In their 30s.
Or at least approaching it.
Right. So you got I forgot the freaking Little Rel's freaking character name, Bud. So you got Bud, who he seems like he has a steady job where he's working, and it seems like he is the manager, the tech, the whatever, you know, he's doing his thing. But he didn't have a ride either. So in my head, was he rooming too? And if they were real buds,
maybe
wouldn't they room together?
Yeah, maybe.
Right?
Maybe.
Or is he living as parents' pad?
I don't know. No, I don't think it was parents' pad. I think they would have mentioned that, but at least in one of those talks where they were talking to each other, you live at home with your parents still, like that one thing. But maybe they were roommates because they were buddies. So maybe they were roommates.
Pad, maybe, right?
Yeah.
In the same pad.
And maybe that's not how we knew everything. Like, I mean, I know they were buddies, but maybe that's how like they knew about like the car and I think let's just say they were roommates.
Where do you think Tiffany Haddish stayed?
She was in jail, bro.
No, okay. In the beginning,
when she was out,
wasn't.
When she was out, I don't know. Maybe halfway house. I don't know. But not
she got a ride. Yo, she just got out of jail, but she got a ride
because she's gangster.
But she ain't making ends because she had to.
You don't know that. You don't know that. She could be selling out that trunk, son.
She just wanted to spend Bud's money for the 50 bones.
Yeah, and she had money because she robbed that place. So don't worry about it.
Yeah, you're right.
She got bills.
But it wouldn't get you to New York City.
Well, she stole.
There's a lot of plot holes. There was a lot of plot holes.
There was a lot of plot holes. But I mean, the premise of this was not to make sequels. I mean, the premise of this movie was just to make you laugh. And by the way, Netflix, hilarious. It's hilarious. Great job.
You gotta give it up to Eric Andre. I bet
no. But Eric Andre could probably pitch this to multiple places. Right. But Netflix was like, "This is funny. Let's film it," and they paid.
They got money.
To be made.
Netflix got Netflix.
No, I know, but I'm saying like, you know, for an hour and a half, Netflix produced this. You know, I know Eric and Little Rel probably, you know, put in most of their money to produce and write and all this stuff. So great on them. I mean, this was a hilarious movie, but great on Netflix to decide to pick this up. And like I said, and like you said, Netflix has money, but you know, they have to throw the money in the right direction or else they're just gonna lose subscribers, right? I mean, right. If this movie sucked, right? If this movie was no good at all and they put it on their Netflix, that might be a reason for people like, well, I don't need Netflix. I got Amazon Prime and Hulu. Like, I don't need this. This is garbage, right? So,
and check out Eric Andre show too.
Yeah, Eric Andre show. Check out.
It's on Cartoon Network.
Yeah,
of all places.
Yeah, well, I mean, Cartoon Network was it Adult Swim? I think.
Yes, it was an Adult Swim.
Yeah. So, but yeah, so I mean, hilarious movie. Great parts to it. All three of the main actors, top job. You know, is this Tiffany Haddish's best work up to now? Probably not. I thought she was hilarious in Girls Trip. So, but did she play a hilarious character and did she act it out?
Did you watch that by yourself?
No, I watched that with Rose.
Oh, okay, I want to make sure.
Is that why you're going to New Orleans?
Dave,
huh? Is that why you're going to New Orleans?
Yeah, because you know I want to.
Because you want to have a girls trip.
Yeah, I want to read.
You want to pee while you're doing the.
I sit down.
The zip line.
Yes.
No. So, but who won this movie for me has to be everybody, all the unsuspecting people who were in this movie. That's who won the movie for me because I I know they probably filmed each scene a few times just to get different reactions from different people, but the people that they picked to be in this movie and reacting, they obviously had to sign something because their faces were not blurred. You do see blurred faces, which means those people did not sign the waiver or whatever it is. So the people who chose say, yeah, I want to be in that movie, like that was good, you got me. And then you see it at the end, like you said, like the outtakes of them talking with the people who they got. Yo, man, they won because the way they react to some of these people's reacting to this, hilarious, bro. Like
they acted like there was no camera. Like they had real
they had real 100% reactions
Yeah.
and emotions to like some of this stuff. Like
Right.
them when they were fighting on the roof and they're like, no, don't throw him off the roof.
Yeah.
Like, oh my God, save him. She's gonna throw him off the roof. Like, I was like, they really worried about that dude, you know? And
Right.
and the dude who was fighting with Tiffany Haddish, like, have you seen him? No, I haven't seen him. Why would I have seen him? You seen him, and they're fighting in the street.
Yeah. And then he hugged her. He hugged him after.
Yeah. And then they're like, "Oh, you got me good." Or the people who saw her break into like the car. Yeah. They're like, "Oh, like she's really strong." Like,
and no one said anything.
Yeah, and nobody moved. Nobody was dialing the police. They just watched
or like, waving them over, like, hey. But speaking of that, the production value of the movie was very good because obviously they had the special effects of them messing up the cars. The props, especially in the juice place where he put his hand in there. Right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So for it being basically a play, because you know, plays they're live. You can't mess up and be like, hey, let's retake, whatever. They had to do that, but they had to wait a certain amount of time for new people to
because so like the car crash scene, if you did that multiple times, I don't think they did, but if you had to do that multiple times, like you would have to wait like a week or two before you did it again because everybody in that area would have seen that already, or you have to pick a whole different area to do it. So
and then get different cars and then
I definitely think like I definitely think the production value match the energy of what they wanted to do with this movie. So it wasn't like they were under budget and like make it work. They were like, oh, you want to flip a car upside down and see people's reaction? Like, here, let's do it because it sounds funny, you know? And so
I don't think it's gonna get a lot of play though, because
it's gonna get a lot of play because everybody out here listening is gonna be like, oh, that sounds like a good movie. I'm gonna go watch it.
You know who? Speaking of that, we talked about Jackass. Steve-O was the reason I even knew about this movie. He once again, right? That mindset of not being a hater.
Yeah.
He found out about this movie, and instead of hating on it and saying, oh, they're just trying to copy us or blah, 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 blah. He was like, no, go check this out. I believe they did like some promo or he just put it out on his, because, you know, Steve-O's really big on not just social media, but on YouTube. On a lot of things. But he's the one that he has nothing to do. I don't think he has anything to do with it. He just promoted it because he thought it was funny. So
that's what we're doing. That's what we're doing.
Right. Well, we're doing this show. We're doing this little review show, but
we're not paid by Netflix. We're not paid by Eric Andre. We're not paid by Psycho Gorman. We're not paid by any of these companies. We just,
right.
Yeah.
Well, we didn't. Then if you want to be like that, then we should be watching multiple movies and only reviewing the ones we like. But obviously, we're watching movies just to watch them. But for him, he didn't have to do it. Like, you know what I'm talking about?
That's true.
He didn't do it for a show. He didn't even put it on his pod or anything.
Yeah, he has
just made an advertisement. Yeah,
he has a million people listen to him. Yeah.
He just said, "Hey guys, check out Bad Trip because I watched it and it's funny." That shows like that's dope. I like that energy. You know what I mean? Instead of like, what if he thought it was funny and he's like, you know what? I want people to watch my shit, so I'm not gonna bring that up. That's because he has a lot going on. Steve-O has a lot going on. And he don't get a lot of play either because I believe with music, video games, and movies, the main thing, if you've ever watched Entourage, I know you're my man, you probably watch Entourage, is
bro, I still own the DVD sets.
Okay, so you know what's up? You need marketing. It's very hard now because a lot of people that get streaming services opt, and I know you do, I have one or two, that you opt for the commercial free. And for people like me that aren't on that social media tip
Mhm.
and are basically on just going on, like Google Entertainment or
Mhm.
going on YouTube and hearing people, like uh Tiger Belly, Bobby Lee, shout out.
Yeah,
And
Tiger Belly, Steve-O,
yeah,
Adobros.
Steve, yes, exactly. If it weren't for them, some of this stuff I wouldn't even know, because even going on Netflix, they only put on the trending or stuff like that if a lot of people are watching it. But for this, in the beginning, it wasn't on the trending or popular. What's categories do they have on Netflix? Like
Top 10.
trending,
Yeah,
right?
top 10 upcoming trending, top
New.
10 new releases,
Right.
just added. Yeah.
Right. So, yeah. So it's a weird time now that we're so busy with a lot of things, and plus we're overly stimulated that we don't get excited, and we don't have to wait for shit really. Well, we do for some releases, right? But
Yeah.
we don't get as excited, because back then you might get one movie for a couple months. You remember it back in the day?
Yeah.
Not like you don't get new releases every month, you know what I mean? Or
Yeah.
multiple releases per month. It used to be like, hey, this summer,
Yeah.
this movie's coming out.
Yeah.
This winter, this Christmas, this movie's coming out. Next spring, this movie comes out. Now it's like, hey, these movies are coming out this month. Hey, next month, these movies.
Shoot,
these shows.
the Army of, was it?
Army of the Dead.
Army of the Dead's coming out what, next week?
Next weekend, yeah. Friday, yeah.
And then what, in June? Like I said, the Kevin Hart movie came out.
Yeah, that's gonna come out.
Yeah, so I mean, yeah, no.
Black Widow.
Yeah, Black Widow comes out, which is gonna be released on Disney Plus Premium.
Loki, right?
I think I'm gonna watch Black Widow in the theater though.
Okay.
Just because I like to see. But like Loki, obviously I'm gonna watch at home. Jungle Cruise coming out in July.
Yeah, I want to see what that is. I have no idea what that movie's about.
See, because
it's a jungle and a cruise.
So
it's an adventure movie, right?
It is an adventure movie, and if you ever been to Disneyland on the Jungle Cruise, you'll understand kind of. There's like a cult following against the Jungle Cruise because of a lot of the dad jokes that are on there, right? A lot of the dad jokes. Okay. So there's like this cult following. So what they did was they took this like cult following. People like love the Jungle Cruise, and they said, let's make a adventure movie out of it to match the story that they take you through on the Jungle Cruise, but obviously in bigger, more CGI fashion, and then throw The Rock in it. And hey, that's going to be $1 billion movie. Probably not $1 billion, but it's going to be $100 million movie, like easy. So
isn't it also is Emily Blunt?
Yeah, Emily Blunt's in it too.
Yeah, I'm a big fan. You know, they tried to get her for Fantastic Four. She was gonna be Miss Fantastic, but she said no.
Yeah,
it's a no-go.
Her and John Krasinski, I think, said no.
Oh,
because they're married.
Yeah, I know the husband. Well, they're doing that whole quiet place thing, because you know that's them, right? Even though he's not acting on it.
That's him directing, because he directed the first one. Yeah. So he's gonna.
That's what I'm saying. He's part of it, even though he's not. You know. Yeah. Spoiler alert: he dies. He sacrificed himself, but yeah.
What?
I think people like them, especially The Rock. Who else is it? Is it The Rock? Whoa, it was just too hot to handle.
I was getting heated. You spoiler alert. Quiet Place.
I love when big name movie stars like that, especially The Rock, Vin Diesel, and there's so many. Oh, Kevin Hart, shout out again. That they use their own. That's how much they believe in themselves, that they produce their own movies.
Yeah.
That's putting your money where your mouth is. Like,
it's just like Joe Coy and his stand-up.
Yep. Shout out to Joe Coy.
Joe Coy's first Netflix special, he paid for everything on his own, and the only thing he wanted from Netflix was the commitment that they were going to show it on their platform. He knew he had great content to the point where, like, I will pay for everything. The cameraman, the music, the venue, all that stuff he had all on his own. If you watch the first one, and it's legit production, but he paid for it because he believed in himself. And now look, he's got 3 specials on Netflix. You know, he's doing a TV show. He has a podcast, successful stand-up comedian. He's had 4 tours, all sell out everywhere, you know.
Saw him live. He's really good. Have you seen him live yet?
Yeah, I've been to his last 2 tours. So he's
great.
Yeah. So yeah. So same thing with Eric Andre in this movie, man. He believed he had a good script, and he believed like he can pull this off, and pitched it to Netflix, and it's a great movie. It's a great, and you know what? And to be honest, so rewind. What do you rate the movie?
For me, it's gonna be because it's very refreshing to see a movie like this. So I'm gonna have to say 9, bro. If does not pay for it, yeah, I pay for it.
I'm with you. I'm sort of with you. I gave it an 8, which is you should
pay for it.
You should pay for it, but you don't have to because it's on Netflix. But I would have paid to see this movie, right? And me giving an 8 means you should probably, as soon as you get done watching this podcast, if you or listening to podcasts, if you haven't seen it, just go watch it, especially if you have Netflix. And that's what I was saying. That's what I was trying to get to before we rated it. I wanted to rate it first. So being an 8 or 9, we have this overload right now of just content available, right? Like to the point where I go on to Netflix, I open up the menu, and sometimes I don't even pick anything. I go back to watching live TV because there's so much to pick for, and I have to commit like 2 hours, 2.5 hours, or hours watching the first 3 episodes of a show or something. So I end up not picking something to watch. This was an hour and 26 minutes. That's with including the credits, which you'll want to stick around because then you see the behind the scenes and a lot more funnier takes during the credits. So less than an hour and a half. This is a movie that will entertain you, make you laugh, and it's worth the hour and a half, to the point where if you have an hour and a half, you don't even have to go search. Just click on this movie and watch it, because that's how entertaining it was. So I give it an 8. You give it a 9. I definitely think it's worth the watch.
Well, now that I think about it, right? So I'm very old school oriented, and I miss the old school. And I in my head I still act a certain way like I did before. So if I were to rate it when I was back in the day where we don't have streaming services, like if this was back in the day, right, Chris?
Mm-hmm.
If I wanted you to watch something, I would have to either give you the disc, the DVD or the CD, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or if you're old school Japan like me, VCD, the 2 discs. Yeah,
VCD.
the 2 discs. Yeah. So if I'm gonna go back to that, I would say I enjoyed it so much and I want other people to enjoy it. I'm gonna give it a 10. So I would have had to buy a copy of it, so then I can let my homeboys borrow and be like, yo, this movie is like, for me, I remember
I like that analogy. I think that we've been trying for the last few weeks to discover what our rating system is and how we should judge it. I like that. So 10s should be because we both come from that era. 10s should be we spend the $30 on the DVD.
Stop. It wasn't $30 back in the day. A brand new DVD back then was like $13. And I'm not talking about like the special edition one.
No.
I bought Fast and Furious for $13 in Target when I worked there.
Brand new. I bought A Beautiful Mind for $20. And that's no special edition. That's a Russell Crowe movie.
No, I know that movie, but
yeah, $20 brand new.
What year?
That was like 01, 02.
No, stop. It wasn't that expensive.
Yes.
Then you got gypped. Where'd you go?
I bought it off of Target.
Wow. Like I told you, I worked at Target.
$20, bro.
It came out. Fast and Furious came out. You know how
$20.
You ever work in those big brand stores?
Yeah, I used to work at Best Buy.
Cool. So you get content in, but you're not allowed to put it out in the shelves until the release date, right? So you got that shit. You put it in the back, right? I took a copy of Fast and Furious, put it away.
We're gonna be locked up by the end of this week. We've said so much stuff. Me releasing Freon in the air, you stealing movies from.
No, I didn't steal it. I wanted to make sure I had a copy to buy, so I put it away. So then when we put it on the shelf, I could just grab my copy from the back, go to the register, and pay. I just say I paid $13.
I'm just saying. I remember.
You're free on shit. Yeah, you better.
Minority Report. I spent $30 on. Brand new. That was in 2001 or 2000. Either way, Minority Report. I spent $29.99 on. I know. I still have the damn DVD
Hey, peep though.
because I spent $30 on it. So, anyways, wait, hold on. So, our 10 is we would spend full price on the DVD
so we can let homeboy see it
and lend it out. That's a 10.
yes, yes.
Okay, that's a
What
good
was
way.
now you're gonna get my mind thinking. What was that rental place? They were
Hollywood
trying to
Video.
There you go. Remember if you just
Bro,
wait
I
a little
cut
bit.
you off. I know what you're talking about.
Get out of here.
Yeah,
Get out of here.
Get
Chris.
out. I'm in your mind. I'm in your mind. Shake my head, Dr. Xavier.
Now I'm gonna be like Magneto. I'm gonna wear a foil on my head.
Yeah, that's what you got on your head. That's why you wearing a beanie.
Get out of here. My nose starts bleeding. Like 11 shit. But remember if you just waited a little bit, right? They would have it outside.
I know.
And then you could buy like 5 for 20, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what that was.
Yeah.
My DVD game went
Leveled
skyrocket.
Leveled
Yes.
up. Yeah.
I bought movies that I didn't really like, so then I can make 5.
I still
Get
got
good.
all them movies on DVD.
Damn.
Yeah.
You still watch them though, or are you just hoarding?
No,
it out?
they're in a DVD binder down here somewhere.
I still got my CDs though.
No,
I
I threw
can't-
away most of my CDs, bro.
Could have gave it to me, mother trucker.
I threw them like Ninja Stars. Blah! Oh, that's too Asian. That's
I would've
too-
cut- I would've
I'm
cut
gonna
it.
Take it back.
You could do it. You could do it. You're good. What's wrong? People had Ninja Stars.
Because they stop Asian hate, bro. They see me throw a Ninja Star, I'm gonna get jumped.
You know who's saying stop Asian hate? White
Asian-
people. Us
white-
Asians, we don't give a fuck. We're good. I want you guys to start fucking with real Asians or Pacific Islanders. I
Yeah.
don't see, Samoans
Yeah.
are Pacific Islanders, right?
Yeah.
Start fucking with them.
Yeah.
Okay?
Hey, who is
Hawaiians?
Jackie Chan?
Yeah, no. Hey, fuck with people from Hawaii.
Yeah.
Everybody from Hawaii,
They give
loves
you that
MMA.
licky licky.
yes. Oh, whoa. Ah. Hey, you give me stink eye.
Yeah.
Huh?
Oh, you give me stick
You
eye.
like licking.
Yeah.
Hey, you're culturally appropriating, fool. Look at
For
you
what?
right there. Look at you, what you're doing right now. You're not Polynesian.
You're
look like Maui.
cultural appropriating.
How? I'm dressed
Huh?
like fool from South.
You're dressed like
Southern Cali?
you're dressed like that fool from Friday after next or next
yeah.
Friday. Yeah.
Which one?
There's no more locked doors.
Yeah, man. Don't
Yeah.
look at me, little puppet.
Yeah. But look at me.
It's Baby Joker, all right? It's Baby
Yeah,
Joker.
Baby Joker. Yeah. Yeah. You look like baby. You looking like Baby Joker over there. What you
He
wearing?
did nothing to
Dickies?
you,
I bet
Holmes.
you wearing Dickies.
Huh?
Yeah, that's what I thought. I bet you wearing Dickies, huh?
Nah, we in the house, man. But I am
Oh,
I'm wearing my aren't you ashamed of that shirt?
Yeah.
You know
Yeah.
that?
See? Yeah. Looking like Baby
I
Joker.
hate, man.
Yeah.
I can't even go outside right now.
Cultural appropriating.
They're gonna hit me with barbecue and freaking
Barbecue.
Big Red
and
right
big-
now, dude. If I fucking go outside, man.
You know,
Like,
run you
get your
over.
ass back in the house.
I'm gonna run you over with my Ford truck.
Oh shit. How do you know, man? Oh, because you've been here. You saw how it was.
I've been
man.
there.
Yeah, I know.
Been there. So, all right. So, are you staying with the 9 or are you moving up to a 10?
Now I'm gonna give it that now that because remember we said 10 is like you'd actually buy a copy of it.
Yeah.
Because 8
So
and
10, 10, you're giving it a 10.
yeah, remember we talked about 8 and 9 was if you were gonna pay a streaming service or to the movie theaters,
Yeah.
right? So 10
So
would
my-
be
So I might still be an 8. I'll still be an 8. Yeah.
okay. So you would just go watch it.
I'll go watch
Go
it.
pay
Yeah. Yeah.
pay for it yourself.
Yeah. Joel. No, we probably would have went to the movie to see this together. Guy date night,
Yeah.
Yeah. But
I missed those by the way.
Yeah. Oh.
Because there's certain movies that I want to watch, but she's like, oh, just wait until it. I'm like, this bitch. Everyone's gonna be talking. But you know what? It's not like back in the day. I know you're in social media. I don't think there's anything new. Like it was a Game of Thrones thing. It was a Fast and Furious thing or something, or even like a Marvel thing where you had to watch it before somebody fucked it up for you. You see what I'm saying?
Endgame was the last one. Endgame.
You know what I'm talking about? Like in my head, like, yo, I really need to go watch this
Yeah.
because eventually I'm gonna hear something about it
Yeah.
or it's gonna ruin it for me. My nephew messed up a Sixth Sense for me. So I was like, yo, I'm gonna go. Yeah, I see.
Did we just go back to 1999?
Bro, I live there. I don't ever leave, man. This is 1999 SD right here. But I roll up at his pad, which is my auntie and my uncle's pad. And then he's like, he's younger. So I'm high school. He's probably like just started elementary. So him and his pops had watched it already. I'm like, he chopping it up, and I was like, hey, I'm gonna go watch Sixth Sense. He's like, oh yeah, I love that movie. That's where Bruce Willis is a ghost. I wanted to freaking back my car up and hit his little ass. I was like, what? I know it's about ghosts, but what? But yeah, I remember that feeling because I was watching it the whole time, and I was like this, bro. I was like, yeah. Everyone's all like, wow, what? Wow. And I'm like this. This motherfucker's a ghost.
It's okay.
Yeah, no one talking to him. He's no one, whatever.
It's okay.
And I'm like, now it makes sense.
Relax. It's okay.
Huh?
Relax. My brother and my sister-in-law ruined Titanic for me. So,
motherfucker, you knew it was gonna sink. Wait, hold up. Your history teacher ruined Titanic for you. All right.
That movie's so stupid.
Wait, are you serious? Or were you joking around or
No.
Did they ruin it for you?
No. So we saw Titanic on our trip to the Philippines. So we were in the Philippines. Titanic came out, right? So you know how the Philippines work. That was on bootleg before the same night it came out in the movie theaters. Yeah. So we're at a family member's house. They have the bootleg copy of Titanic. The night before we were supposed to go with our other cousins.
They're just playing it, right? No one's watching it. They're just playing it.
They're just playing it. And I'm just like
turn this shit off.
I'm about to spend 50 pesos, which is only $1. I'm about to spend 50 pesos to go watch this sucker. By the way, I think it was 100 pesos, and we got the good balcony seats because baller.
Treat yourself.
Treat yourself. $2. Treat yourself. So I was like kicking it outside the whole time because I didn't want to see it. So I was just like walking up and down the street.
You didn't even go inside to get food and then see some parts?
Nah, bro.
Oh wow, that's dedication.
Nah,
yeah, that's a long ass movie. I think that was the longest movie at the time.
So that's why. Yeah, that was like the longest movie. That was 2 VHSs for those who are that old.
Oh my god.
But that's why I like doing this because I love movies. I love getting into a movie. I love being like
entrenched in it. You want to live it.
I want to be in the movie and experience it. And that's why I like doing these reviews because I love movies. And anytime what's Larry movie? Oh, Come Play. Like I don't like scary movies, but I enjoyed watching it because it was a movie. And as much as I don't like scary movies, I was in there with them, and I was get away. But so that's why when you said let's do a movie TV review show, I'm like, I'm all for it. Like I love watching movies.
Thank you, Chris. I didn't even say let's do one. I just brought up like, oh, it'd be cool if I didn't even say it to you. I was like, yo, it'd be cool if.
Okay, so I've been wanting to do one for a long time. My brother Joel was like, it'd be cool if we, and I'm like, okay, for the last year I've been wanting to do one. Like we have to do it because we are like this. Like
I think you would have done great if you did it yourself because your production value is dope. This and this that, but it's good to get a different take on. I guess. I
thought I saw something move back here.
Bro,
I was making fun of Larry and something moved back here. I was like,
that'd be dope too. So okay, so I'm just thinking, you do not like scary movies, right? And these are movies, bro. These are fictional things.
I know.
So what do you feel about paranormal things? Like legit,
like real, like A&E, like
no, not even shows, bro. Just period.
Oh, like
paranormal.
Things happening? Things happening? No, I believe in them. It scares the crap out of me.
Yes.
But
okay. I think that should be a segment. That could be a segment for other one too. I have a lot of stories because good for you. You've been to the Philippines. I've been to Hawaii. I've been to the Philippines. Been to Japan. You've been to Japan. So Japan got the fucking Grudge. And if you want to know about scary shit in Japan, just watch The Grudge.
Yeah.
And then Ringu.
My first house in Japan had a tatami mat room, and the closet had a push-up panel just like The Grudge. If you ever seen The Grudge, the little push-up panel.
Yes.
We did not go in we lived in that house for I think a year. For the first 3 months, I didn't go into the tatami mat room. It's just where I stored all my cardboard boxes.
And you know what? I was we stayed in a pad with the tatami room. I didn't want to go in there because you fart, you're gonna blow out one of those rice paper windows.
I
If you
I had to replace one.
you see what I mean?
Yeah.
Did you fart in there?
No, I hit it with a piece of cardboard and I was like, $100.
I'm like, what the fuck is that? Like, it looks cool. Why don't you just make it on the inside the door?
Or why don't you just make it out of wax paper?
Oh my gosh, dude. See, hey, more content.
Yeah.
Because we've been to places that, for one, is scary. You know, I love Japan though. 100%.
I do.
I
do.
heart Japan.
I do too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
My oldest son was made in Japan. So,
oh what?
yeah.
What do you call Sean should get that tatted on
He has a t-shirt.
yeah, but he should, if he gets into tattoos, he should get it tatted on him.
Maybe. Like on the back of his neck, like a tag.
Forehead, bro. Just I'll just put Head Show Philippines right here.
Yeah.
Were you you were born in SD, right?
I was born in SD. Coronado. Actually, I was born in Coronado. What's up?
Under the bridge?
What's
What
up?
the fuck?
Coronado.
What's
What's up?
Bernie doing?
Coronado. What's
Uncle
up?
Bernie, what you doing?
Not
under
San
the bridge?
Diego. Coronado. Rich.
Are you serious?
I was born in Coronado, but
Wow.
we're not rich. Coronado used to have a hospital out there, and that's where I was born.
Yeah, I feel you, but there's a
I don't know.
other one.
I have no idea, bro. I was born there. It's not like I went to school there.
Wow.
I
Good
live
for
in
you,
the
though.
hood.
Yeah. Oh, you know
can-
why? I know why, because the Strand.
Maybe.
That was the closest one.
Maybe. I
No,
have no
Pete,
idea.
People, if you have to go up to
I'm
5,
sure you're right. I have no idea.
it's the Strand. It's right there.
I don't know.
20 minutes, you're on Coronado.
I
From where your
live-
old pad.
I lived in the hood, and it was called the Wood. So I lived in the Wood, y'all.
No, they call it Cedro, dude.
No, that's south of me, bro.
Where were you? Imperial?
No, it's still San Diego where I lived. We were right by San Isidro, but we were still San Diego.
What part?
Huh? It's still called San Diego. We lived in the Wood, bro. We either called it Wardlow.
Oh, Briarwood.
Yeah, like Briarwood.
You lived in Briarwood. That's
Yeah.
Bonita, fool. That's still nice. Stop
That's
it.
not Bonita. No, not Briarwood, fool.
Okay.
That's not Bonita. Man, I'll show you.
Hey, I
Matt.
grew up in Nasty City,
Yeah.
Paradise
can tell.
Hills.
I can tell,
Right.
little baby Joker.
Ah, don't look at me, little puppet. Hey, I just rewatched that movie, by the way. And yeah, I'm glad I didn't watch it when I was little. The freaking American Me. As an
Oh.
adult, I felt weird. So I could just imagine if I watched it
Yeah.
as a little kid. I'm like, what are they doing to that guy? Why are they making him drink something that makes him go crazy, and then they make him do something he doesn't look like he likes? When's the last time you watched American Me, dude?
A long time ago.
Don't watch it
Long
again,
time
man.
ago. I'm
It
not
got-
trying to. I'm
got
not
me
trying
like-
to. I'm not trying to.
Yeah, man.
I remember a lot of that stuff like verbatim, and I'm like, I don't want to watch it again.
It makes people hate sailors too.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah.
I hate them already. Yeah.
Mm.
Ah! All right, so good job.
Anchors away. Nah. All right. Well, no. So go out, watch Bad Trip, Netflix. Da-dum. That was a great movie. It was a great movie. And if there's a Bad Trip too, I'll probably watch it. It probably won't be as good, but I'll still watch it. So
No, and if you watch it, you're gonna appreciate Eric Andre, Little Dev, or
Yeah.
Rel. I'm sorry, Little Rel,
Little Rel.
and
yeah.
Tiffany Haddish.
Yeah.
That just shows how funny they are, that they
Mhm.
can act, and they have content, and
Definitely
go watch their other
shows-
stuff.
Definitely shows like their acting chops, because they had to play these characters in front of real people. It's not like
Right.
other actors acting with a script. They had to act this out. So you definitely appreciate how good they are as far as
Yeah.
acting.
And go
out
watch
this.
your other stuff too.
Yeah, watch
You know,
their
like
other stuff.
sometimes you don't know
Yeah.
people or what they had before unless you see them once, like, oh, hey, this dude's pretty good. Let me go check out their other movies. Then
Yeah.
you're just like, holy shit, they got some good movies, you know?
Happened with me. Hannibal Buress.
Okay.
I think he's a hilarious guy. I seen him in, I forget what movie it was, but then that made me watch his stand up and listen to his pod and all this, and see a bunch of other stuff that he was in. But yeah, same thing. You'll appreciate it.
I might have to check them out.
Okay.
I got Hannibal Lecter.
No, not that.
Right, man.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
As always, equal parts soy sauce,
And vinegar.
Adobros.
Adobros.
All right. All right, man. Good week.